Rolling? Cool. Okay, had a question here from Brian Rhino, asked about a lot of the songs that we don't play. Like Krakatoa, Live Fast, Die Young. I mean, there's a few on there actually that I'd quite like, about Jericho Siren, stuff like that. But it's just impossible to, we'd end up playing for 5 hours if we did all these songs. And obviously you go out on tour to promote a new album and play the classics. I mean, maybe in the future we could pull something out of the vault and play something we haven't played for years. I remember on the Nights Out with the Boys tour we did, oh God, what the hell is it? Oh, Hell and Back Again, which I don't think the band had ever played live. So, maybe when we do the second leg or something we could do something else. But we'll see. I've also had a question here from Simon Stevens, which is basically the same thing. What is the most difficult song I've played? The most difficult Saxon song is probably Unleash the Beast, purely from an energy point of view, and I made a rod for my own back coming up with a drum pattern in the chorus, but that's probably one of the hardest songs for me to play. Outside of Saxon, I did a song with GTR, which never got released, but that was pretty complicated. As I seem to remember, it had about 5 bars of 5/4, then a bar of 6, and then it went into 4/4 rhythm-wise, so that was pretty complicated. And then towards the end, it went back into 5/4 again. So that's probably one of the hardest ones, or one of the Steve Howe tracks I played on. Let's see what else we got. Oh yeah, Janet asked, how do I feel about playing on a different kit when we play festivals if we can't get our own stuff there? I bloody hate it, actually. But because it doesn't matter how close it is, it's not your kit. I mean, my kit can be set up within the millimetre every night, within the millimetre, with all the memory locks and everything. And you only need something slightly out, and it becomes a real effort to play. But if we're doing one-offs like San Antonio and things, it's just too expensive to bring the stuff over. And the same thing with the Eagle. I know people have asked, why did we bring the Eagle? It's too expensive for say 2 or 3 shows. I remember in the 80s when we were taking the gear over, I think just my drum kit then in its flight cases was around £2,000 to bring in. So nowadays probably double that, I should think, and for one show it's just not worth it. So yes, again, I hate it. It's awful, but it just has to be done. So, and oh yes, right, we've got curry questions now, have we? Yeah. Graham Horn and Steve Irons, yeah, the curry monster. Favourite curry's got to be for me, it's got to be a chicken tikka masala vindaloo hot. Yes, as you put it, Graham, a body burner. The worst curry in the world I've ever had, I think was in Germany in the 80s. I think basically it was a piece of chicken with some tomato sauce thrown out. Not tomato sauce, tomato soup. No spices at all. That was pretty revolting. I also had a very dodgy one in Bradford in about 1976 where basically the guy on the next table held his up. He said, there's no way that's a chicken leg. So we were a bit, oh. But that was after a gig. And then we actually had to pay before we ate. And they brought it out in these bowls, and we were all sitting at 4 mica tables on benches and stuff. And then a girl came and drunk. A policeman came in, she hit him, and then promptly had an epileptic fit on the floor. So that was quite a curry to remember, that one. Best ones, well, I'm a bit biased. I like my local, the Indian Kitchen or the Ganges in Hove. And yeah, the Leamington Spa one was a goodie, definitely, but it wasn't quite hot enough for me, but I did like the spices. And I've got to say, I'm quite proud of my own, the ones I made myself. So there you go.